Steve Winwood and Higher Love. Love to hear from you this morning. If you have parented a child from a wheelchair, what was that experience like for you, whether it was temporary or permanent? Love to hear if you've got some insight to share. 1300 222 612. If you've ever parented an infant or a child from a wheelchair, what are the challenges? What are the upsides of it? 1300 222 612. Or you can send me a text, 0467 922 612. In a moment, you're going to hear from a member of a team that's designed a device that could be a real game changer for parents who welcome newborn bubs in wheelchairs.
Looking for a way to keep the kids busy these school holidays?
Well, open their ears to the world with the ABC Listen app.
And podcasts like Short and Curly to expand their learning.
Or Noisy by Nature and Soundwalks to help make their world feel like a bigger place.
Take your teenagers on an adventure full of mystery with McElroy Uncovered.
And learn all about the girls who dare to do things differently on Fierce Girls.
Open their ears to the world.
Download the ABC Listen app today.
Someone's just sent me in some really lovely news, and I won't use his name, but a text message saying, on the subject of new babies, I still have my daughter's first day photo. So on the day she was born, he's still got that photo. And he says, my baby, who's now 24 years old, rang me last night to tell me she's having a baby. But shh, not many people know, so don't tell anyone. No, I won't tell anyone. Certainly won't tell anyone your name, but congratulations. That's wonderful news. Joyous.
This is ABC Radio Brisbane with Rebecca Levingston.
10:15, and one of the really special parts of being a new mum or dad is being able to hold and gaze into the eyes of your newborn baby. But it is special moments like these that parents who are in wheelchairs sometimes risk missing out on. Holding, feeding, even changing nappies while seated can be a challenge. But a Queensland invention could be a game changer. Adrian Burke is part of the team that's designed a device called the Care Station. Good morning, Adrian.
Good morning, Rebecca. How are you?
Really well, thank you. I'm fascinated by this. Can you just describe the Care Station and what it's designed to do?
If I could just go back just briefly, nearly 4 years ago, one of our founding directors, she approached her friend who was a disabled mother in a wheelchair, and when she saw the difficulties the mother was experiencing connecting with the child, it was then that we carried out a worldwide research to see if such a concept existed, that would provide for these needs. And surprisingly, there wasn't. So in conjunction with a fellow director who's a design engineer, we spent 3 hard years in designing, developing, testing, prototyping and patenting a product that we continually tested out in the marketplace to ensure that we adhered to the strict health and safety standards. So we have now provided a solution with what we call the Care Station. Now, the product, it's a concept that we created, which is an adjustable capsule for use on a wheelchair for disabled parents, or a utility chair in hospitals for paraplegic and disabled parents, and also for able-bodied mothers who have had cesareans. Now, we see this as it's world class. So it's a world first because of its unique design. It's been a 360-degree multi-directional system with 10-degree intervals of tilting. So it caters for all needs for the mother to bond with the child.
So it's like a little sort of baby holder that's attached to the chair, and it can swing around on an arm? Exactly.
It's got a 5-point harness system for security to secure the baby. It has a electronic switch on it where the mother can just touch the button and lift it up to any height. And when she's finished with it, the capsule will actually fold behind the wheelchair out of the way. So that's a unique concept in itself.
Yeah. And if I could put it just so I want people listening to have a sort of visual, it's kind of a crude comparison to make, but the capsules that you see at shopping centres in shopping trolleys, that little one that you can transport your bub into while you do the shop, it's like a more comfortable, a more flexible version of that attaches to a wheelchair. In terms of the things you can do, is that... does that include feeding? Does it include changing nappies, or is it more just for sort of having that gazing opportunity, which is so important?
Absolutely, and that's why I just explained that it has this multi-directional system, and it can rotate 360 degrees, so the mother can tilt it for feeding. She can have it out in front for changing the nappies, and also she can bring the capsule up to her face to bond with the child. It just, it's got a system whereby you can have it rotated in any sort of system you like, so that there is bonding with the child and the mother.
Adrian Burke, part of the team that's designed a device called the Care Station. On ABC Radio Brisbane, my name's Rebecca Levingston. Do you have an idea of how many mums and dads that are in wheelchairs or in circumstances that could benefit from something like this?
Yeah, look, we've done extensive surveys both domestically here in Australia and worldwide. And look, there are 1 in 5 Australians that have a form of disability, and of this, 245,000, would you believe, are mothers and 185,000 are fathers. There are 115,000 spinal cord injuries in Australia, mostly occurring in people aged under 40. And about 30% of these are women, so they are potential mothers. But globally, it's enormous. It's absolutely enormous. People don't realise it ranges between 1.5 and 2% of the world population.
Wow. Which makes you think it's kind of extraordinary that something like this didn't already exist, Adrian.
Well, we were amazed when we did our worldwide research that something like this didn't exist. It's because this is something that's been so needed, and we feel that the way we've designed this, it's going to cater for all the needs that have been so missing with disabled parents.
What have some of the parents who've trialled it said to you about it?
Sorry, I missed you.
What have some of the parents said about using it? The ones who've trialled it.
Look, we've had the extensive field testing done. I'm not sure if you've been on our website. We've got testimonials on there from both paraplegic and quadriplegic mothers, and one of the mothers has said to us, who's had a child, that if this was available 2 years ago, she wouldn't hesitate in having another child. It's really opened up the opportunity for the disabled parents to enjoy the same benefits of having a child as an able parent.
Yeah. So, Adrian, it's ready for commercial development. We've had. Go ahead. We've got prototypes available. What we're waiting, we're ready to go to manufacturing. As I said, we've done a lot of extensive testing on the product, and we've made a lot of adjustments. We've wanted to lighten the capsule, at the same time maintain its strength and quality, mainly because we want to make it easier for the disabled parents to be able to manoeuvre the capsule. Okay, so it's geared up, it's ready for manufacture. Is there anything standing in your way now?
Yeah, a manufacturer.
Oh, you need someone to actually make it?
Yep, absolutely. We have manufacturers that we've approached. Because it's a Queensland creation, we'd like to keep it locally. To be honest with you, just to let you know, Rebecca, we were looking at going offshore with it before the pandemic. Mm-hmm. And once that came on, that stopped all our plans and strategies for that. But it gave us time to rethink that this is a product that has to stay in Australia. We want to be able to ensure that we maintain the quality control of it, and that we produce a quality superior product.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, that's delayed things a bit for us because we had manufacturing ready to go overseas, but now we've decided we want to revert to local manufacturing. So that's what's delayed the production.
Yeah, and look, at a time in history when we are having a very brutal look at what we do make in this country, as you say, this is a real opportunity for a Queensland invention to be made here in Australia, if not in Queensland. I mean, I'm actually just flicking back through the federal budget notes that I made this morning on manufacturing. The government's saying they're tipping $1.3 billion into the manufacturing sector, focusing on defence, space, medicine and medical products. I mean, if there's talk about a prime time to be talking to either someone in the federal government or indeed anyone in the state government or in opposition, Adrian. They should be picking up the phone to you.
Well, I'm glad you said that, Rebecca, because we've approached them time and time again. And
who have you approached?
Sorry?
Who have you approached?
Innovations in the Queensland government. We've been to the federal government that revolving around NDIS, and it's a long, drawn-out process to get the grants.
Right. So would this care station, this capsule that attaches to a wheelchair, would it be available under the NDIS?
Oh, absolutely. We've been to NDIS. It's all okay.
So you're ready to go on every front. You just need someone to make it.
Absolutely, Rebecca. That's exactly what it's all about. Everything's ready.
Okay. Well, I tell you what, Adrian, I'm going to cut out this audio. I'm going to send it to someone on both sides of the state government here in Queensland, and we'll see if anyone actually wants to respond, because this is innovation, this is employment, this is business, this is all the things that politicians are talking about it, but you're doing it in real practical terms.
Yep, absolutely. And we've been and approached the appropriate government departments here in Queensland.
And what have they said to you?
If you don't mind me saying on the radio, they keep passing the buck. It's not our department. We'll pass it on, and unfortunately, this goes on and on.
Wow.
Love the product, love the concept. Think it's great. Keep it in Queensland, but we're not getting any support to do it.
Well, that is curious indeed. Adrian, I'll ask a few more questions.
I can give you the names off air of who I've written to.
Okay, let's do that. And I'd just be interested to know what the thinking is within government. I don't know the full story, but yeah. Well, congratulations on what sounds like, as you say, a real game changer for people who are parenting from wheelchairs. And we'll definitely stay in touch to see what happens next.
Oh, thank you very much, Rebecca. Yeah, no. The support we've had so far has been tremendous. And, we've just got to get it out there. People, mothers are saying to us, when can we have it? Is it available? We need it.
Good to chat. We'll keep in touch, Adrian. Thank you.
Thank you, Rebecca. Good. Thanks.
Adrian Burke, who is the spokesperson from PWA Mobility, and he is part of the team that's designed this device called the Care Station, a capsule that attaches to a wheelchair. Sits on an arm that's able to be rotated, tilted, lifted, and means that parents who are in wheelchairs are able to feed, change, care for, and simply gaze at their bubs. This is ABC Radio Brisbane.